our dreamer's rationalization on our topic for reasoning. And for number one, Sarah is equals to TBSBT, and Palma is to what? A. NBQGBO, B. RIFGMBO, C. QBMNB, or D. SBSSZ. So my answer for number one is letter C. Why is my answer this? Basing off Sarah and TBSBT, S is equals to T and A is equals to B. So basically, letters after the first letter sa Sarah equals to the second, which is TBSBT. So basically, S, T, and A, B, and for R, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, which is napadirate. So this is why I chose letter C for my answer. So, ano dili man the other three options? So, kung imo niya apply na principle to the other options, A, B, and D, it wouldn't make sense. Hence, why the answer ako ipili is letter C. For number 2, big is equals to enormous, and small is equal to what? A, minuscule, B, voluminous, C, macroscopic, or D, parasitic. My answer for number 2 is letter A, minuscule. So, why is my answer this? Basing off big is equals to enormous, mura sila synonyms to each other. So, kana sa pao gibuhat para sa small, which ang synonym niya is minuscule, which is A. So, hano dili man B, voluminous. Mali siya because meaning niya is large. So, layo ra siya sa word small. C, macroscopic. Mali sab. I would understand if microscopic, but it isn't. Ang meaning sa macroscopic is considered large and kanang makita ra sa naked eye. So, dili C. And D, parasitic. Wrong. Mura could be small and could be big. Ang meaning niya is something that lives on another organism. So, dili yun siya directly connected to the word small. So, that's why these three are wrong. For number 3, Galilei is equals to telescope, and Benjamin Franklin is to what? A, electricity, B, steam engine, C, telegraph wire, or D, motion picture camera. My answer is A, electricity. Why is my answer this? Basing off Galileo Galilei is to telescope. Galileo Galilei invented the first telescope. Kung atong topic is si Benjamin Franklin, heavily known siya sa related works sa electricity. So that's why I chose A, electricity. So, ano man dili B, steam engine. Dili a steam engine kay ang nag-develop ani kay si Thomas Newcomen o si James Watt. C, telegraph wire. Mali kay ang telegraph wire ay gi-invent ni Samuel Morse. And D, motion picture camera. Ang motion picture camera ay gi-invent ni Thomas Edison o si William Kennedy Dixon. So, that's why these three are not my answer. For number 4, Albert Einstein is to law of gravity, and Alexander Fleming is to what? A, penicillin, B, monograph, C, telephone, or D, sonogram. So, my answer is A, penicillin. So, hano kaniman? Basing off sa Albert Einstein is to law of gravity, nag-imply siya na si Albert Einstein ay nag-discover or nag-heavily contribute to the study of gravity. Si Alexander Fleming naman, siya ang akong answer because siya ang nag-heavily contribute and discovered penicillin. So, hano dili man B, monograph? Mali. It is a detailed scholarly book. Dili siya invention o dili subs ni ang rason na famous or na well-known si Alexander Fleming. So, cross out na ang D. And in C, telephone. Telephone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell, dili si Alexander Fleming. And in D, sonogram. Carl Dusik, Ian Donald, and Tom Brown are more well-known sa sonogram compared to Alexander Fleming. Si Alexander Fleming, dili kayo siya closely related sa sonogram, hence why I did not choose this as my answer, which is D, sonogram. For number 5 is bat is to ball, And bow is to what? A. Arrow, B. Tie, C. String, or D. Bone. So my answer is A. Arrow. Why is my answer this? Basing off sa bat is to ball, they're closely related to each other. So ang closely related word sa bow is arrow. So mauna akong answer. So why not the other options? B. Tie. Mali. It's not specific enough na pwede na ma-match nimo sa bow. C. String. Mali. Could be, but arrow is a better option than string. Okay, ang string is like a part sa bow. And in D. Bone. Mali sa. The word bow and bone aren't closely related to each other. So mauna wala siya ako gipick as my answer. That's a typo. For number 6, hide is to conceal and stop is to what? A. Pause, B. Reflect, C. Halt, or D. Ponder. So my answer is C. Halt. So ano kaniman? Basing off hide is to conceal, they're synonyms. So ang ako gipangita sa options kay ang synonym sa stop, which is halt. So ano dili man? A. Pause. Could be, pero pause is a temporarily stop. B. Reflect. Mali siya because dili siya connected to the word stop. Meaning niya is to think deeply. And in D. Ponder. Mali. Meaning niya is to thinking about something temporarily. Dili siya synonym sa stop. So that's why these three are wrong. For number 7, bowed strings is to violin and woodwind is to what? B. A. Guitar, B. Flute, C. Piano, and D. Horn. So my answer is letter B. Flute. It is a woodwind instrument and also the only woodwind instrument among the 4. So that's why I chose B. So ano dili man sila tulo? Ano dili man guitar, piano, or horn? Ang guitar mali siya because string instrument siya. Piano mali gyapon because keyboard instrument siya, and in horn mali kay brass instrument siya. So that's why these three are wrong. For number 8, whale is to pod and kitten is to what? A. Pack, B. Herd, C. Litter, or D. Pride. My answer is letter C. Litter. So ano kaniman ang answer? A group of whales is called pod. So ako gipangita ang word na nag-describe of groups of kittens, which is litter. So ano man dili pack? Mali. Ang word pack describes a group of wild animals that hunt together. And herd sad mali kay ang word herd describes a group of hoofed na animals that live together, and pride group of lions siya dili kittens. So this is why these are wrong. For number 9, sponge is to porous and skunk is to what? A. Shiny, B. Carnivorous, C. Nocturnal, or D. Smelly. So my answer is D. Smelly. So ano kanimo ang answer? Sponge is to porous. Mura siyang analogy. Nag-describe siya sa sponge. So nangita ko unsay word na ma-describe ang skunk, which is smelly. The best option is smelly among the 4. So that's why I chose smelly, letter D. So why not the other option? A. Shiny. Dili shiny ang mga skunk, so I'll cross that out. B. Carnivorous. Mali, because omnivores ang mga skunk, so you can cross that out. And in C. Nocturnal. Nocturnal sila, pero dili kaayo siya key feature or unique feature sa skunk. Kahit daghan may say animals na nocturnal, so I chose letter D. Smelly. For number 10, do is to did and cost is to what? A. Costed, B. Coast, C. Coasted, or D. Cost. So my answer is D. Cost. So do is to did. They're looking for the past tense, and wala may past tense sa cost, so that's already the word for its past tense. So that's why I chose D. Cost. So why not the other options? A. Costed. Mali kay this is not the right past tense for cost. B. Coast. Mali kay this word refers to the land near the sea. And C. Coasted. Mali kay past tense ni siya sa coast. So that's why they're all wrong. 11. Ornithologist is to bird and archaeologist is to what? A. Islands, B. Mediators, C. Archaeology, or D, aquatic? So my answer is C, archaeology. So why is this my answer? Ornithologist is to birds, refers to the person who studies what. So ako gipangita unsa gi-study sa mga archaeologists, which is archaeology. It's in their name na archaeolo, which is archaeology. So my answer is letter C. So ano dili man A, islands. Pwede sila ang mga archaeologists pwede sila mag-study sa islands, pero ang island dili siya ang the main subject of the study. So wrong name. B, mediators. Mali, kay grabe siya ka-unrelated sa archaeology. And D, aquatic. Mali, nag-refer siya to things related to water. So it's wrong. So 12, reason is to SFBTPO and think is to what? A, SGHNJ, B, UIGOL, C, UHNKI, or D, UJKPM. So my answer is B, UIGJOL. So reason is to SFBTPO. Same siya to one of the previous questions. I think it was number 1. I think. Which is the letter after? The letter R is S. Not and so on. Ang mga letters, if you translate think, is UIGJOL. R is to S, and E, A, B, C, D, E. The letter after E is F, so that's why F is a second here in reason, and in A the letter after is B, so that's why it's B here. So it's basically the letter after. So for think, T, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. The letter after T is U, so it's U here. And H, I, that's the letter after H, and here is A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, and Q, R, S, T, V. Wait, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, after I is J. So just translating the 3 letters first, you can already find the answer. So that's my answer, letter B. So why not the other options? Mali ang uban because if you use this principle, it will be wrong. Number 13, carbon is to diamond and corundum is to what? A, garnet. B, my answer is ruby. C, poknraj, or D, pearl. So why is my answer B, ruby? Mura siyang analogy na nag-base on some materials and gemstone formed from it. So the diamond is a crystalline form of carbon and ang ruby is a variety of corundum. That's why I chose B, ruby. So ano dili man A, garnet, even though they have the same color? Mali, kay different groups siya sa silicate minerals with its own unique chemical composition and crystal structure. Di siya a variety of corundum. C, pokraj, correct siya, but basing sa analogy, carbon is to diamond, it's asking for a famous name that's related to corundum. Pokraj is another name for yellow sapphire, which is corundum, pero we're looking for something well known like ruby. So we can cross C out, even though it's kind of right. And D, pearl, mali because organic gem siya produce sulod sa mollusk. Composed siya of calcium carbonate and conculin, dili corundum. 14. Ice is to coldness and earth is to what? A, weight. B, jungle. C, gravitism, which is my answer. And D, C. So why is C my answer, gravitism? Basing off ice is to coldness, nag-represent siya sa fundamental property of ice, which is cold. So I'm looking for the fundamental property of earth, which is gravitism. So, kano dili man sila fundamentals? A, weight, B, jungle, or D, C? In weight, mali siya because measurement siya related to gravity, not really the fundamental. B, jungle. Mali siya because ecosystem siya sa Earth, but it does not represent all of it, so it's wrong. And same goes for C, or letter D. Mali because although it covers a large part of Earth, dili ra pon siya considered as Earth's fundamentals, so it's wrong. For number 15, Physician is to treatment, and judge is to what? A. Punishment, B. Judgment, C. Lawyer, or D. Court. My answer is B. Judgment. So why is my answer this? Physician is to treatment. It talks about the role. So unsa man ang role sa judgment, sa judge? Maghatag og judgment. So mao ni akong answer ng gipili. B. Judgment. So why not the other options? A. Punishment. Part siya sa judgment, pero judgment is more broad, and punishment is not primarily a function of a judge. So I didn't choose A as my answer. C. Lawyer. It works with a judge in a courtroom. Lawyer and judge are the same roles, so that's wrong. And D. Court. Lugar siya sa asa nagtrabaho ang judge. So dili ang role sa judge. So that's why D is wrong. So for number 16, which one is identical to this figure here? My answer is letter C. It has the same arrangement, and if you rotate it to the left, they look the same and identical. My answer is letter C, is this one. If you rotate that to the left, the arrangements are still the same and they'll look the same. So that's why I choose A. And for letter B, the black cube is way too close and it's not identical to this, so it's wrong. And this one too, like the black cube is way too in the middle, and that's not identical to this. And this one in letter A, it's also wrong because it's too close to one of the sides. So that's why A, B, and D are wrong. For number 17, which box contains the same shape as the top series? For my answer, which I'm not sure, is letter D. It matches the one on top, so feel na ko right ni siya. Also, if imo i-rotate siya like 2 times to the left, identical sila. So that's why I chose D, but I'm also not sure. So why did I choose D among the 3? In A, I feel like it's wrong because mura siya inverted version sa top, so I'm not sure if that's right. And in B, mali because it matches the third sequence on top, not the second, which letter B is the second. And in C, mali because it matches the second sequence on top, not the third, which C is like the third sa bottom. But I don't know if that's actually how you do this, so I chose letter D because I feel like that's the most logical reasoning that I could think of for this number. For number 18, which of the following frames completes the pattern? My answer is C. Really confusing siya and dili ko sure as well, just like the other previous question. So dili ko sure sa akong answer, so I chose letter C because I found it the most reasonable one among the 4. So why are the other 3 wrong, or why did I not choose them? For A, I think it's wrong kay akong gi-compare sa 4th and 5th sequence. The lack of spacing made me think na mali ni. So I didn't choose A. And hindi mali ako pa na ani kay ni kalit ra siya abot og 3 ka top na triangle sa top and then 3 ka triangle sa bottom. So ni kalit ra siya, so I feel like that's wrong. And D, same reason sa letter A. About the spacing ako na feel na mali siya, but this is also my second option, or better said, naglibog ko if C or D, but I chose C as my final answer. For number 19, which of the following frames does not belong to the group? My answer is letter B because siya ang basically the odd one out because siya ra ang nagdaghan og stars sa gawas. So dili man the other options. Ang ubang options kay gamay ra og stars sa gawas. May ni 2 ka 1 star o 1 ka 2 stars. So ma-cross out ra nato sila. And katong the other letter B is like kalit ra gid sa kadaghan og stars. So that's why I chose B as my answer. For number 20, a 3-dimensional object is shown. Which side view is correct? So this is a front view and we're trying to find like the 2D version of it. And my answer here is letter A. Why? Because letter B there's like an extra line here, and we don't see an extra line here, so that's wrong. And then here, that's also wrong because there's a line here, like here, and there's no line here, so that's why this letter C is wrong. And letter D, it's also wrong. Same reason for letter B, because there's like a line here at top, and there's no line here at top, so that's why D is wrong. And my answer for number 20 is A.